Hey, Cardinal fans, we're back for another episode of This Week in Ball State Sports, and today leading us off is head football coach Mike Uremovich. We're going to talk a little bit of spring ball, spring showcase, and what it's been like for him on the job in 4 months in Muncie, Indiana. Coach, appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Look forward to talking with you.
So, Coach, let's just start here. 4 months into the job, how has this whirlwind been able to settle in for you a little bit?
Yeah, it's a process. I know we've talked a little bit before, but starting in December, the first thing is you got to get your staff lined out, which I'm very happy with our staff and really excited about the guys who are able to come to Ball State with us. And then it's about recruiting your current team, which our guys really bought in our off-season program as we worked through spring ball, and then adding the 25 players that we did in January to start to strengthen our roster. Those kids have all fit in really well with us, and we actually just had our last team meeting of the semester about 20 minutes ago. Just looking forward now to moving on to the portal process of it and going and addressing some of our needs over the next couple of weeks before we get to the summer start, which would be June 1st for our off-season program for our returners, and our incoming freshmen will get here the second week of August to start their summer program.
So there's a lot to unpack with what you just said, Coach, but starting off with the staff, you mentioned way back when we first talked with you, as soon as you signed the deal to become the Ball State football head coach, that you want to build a staff that embodies the toughness and the strength of your program across the board. How have you seen those staff members come in and help set that tone from day one?
With the exception of 3 of them, they're all guys that played for me or GA'd for me or I coached with, or they worked as an assistant while I was a head coach. So they're all guys that I've known. I know that they identify with the disciplined, tough, physical style of football we want to play. And, it's evident by watching our spring practice film, because I tell them all the time, whatever's on that film is what you're coaching. Whatever we see on that practice film is exactly what you are as a coach. And we did become more physical as a team this year. We did become more disciplined as a team this spring. And we have to continue. We have a lot of work to do still, obviously. But from where we started at in January to where we ended up with last Saturday at the showcase, I'm really pleased getting all of the things done that we did, from the install to just the buy-in of the program, to just the guys getting to know each other and the coaches. And I told the guys this morning, it was all great, but all that did was set us up for June. We're not near where we need to be at, but we've gotten a lot done. They need to work on their own for a few weeks here, and then we come back in June and build on what we did this spring.
I'm kind of curious with this, Coach. You had a bunch of coaches that you brought in from places that you knew or you coached with and all that kind of stuff. For a 4-month stretch to get you from December 4th on hiring day to today on April 17th as we record this, everybody talks about what that process is like for the spring. So having the familiarity probably helped you get things where it needs to be for June 1st, right?
Yeah, I've been a new coach at a place before when we came in as a new staff, and we had 4 different guys on offense that had never worked together, and it took us 6 weeks to get our playbook straight and our terminology to get all us on the same page. Both offense and defensive schemes, every single person here, with the exception of 2, have worked in them. So it was very easy. It was, all right, here's the playbook. What tweaks do you want to make based on our personnel? But the education of the coaches and the buy-in to the system and how we do things and call plays on both sides, that took 2 days instead of 4 weeks. So we were able to spend more time with our players, which is the most important part of your day is when we're with our guys.
You talk about the portal. We're doing this interview smack dab in this portal window here in April. What's it like to be in this second portal window of the college football season right now?
Well, I feel a lot more informed. I think our staff's a lot more informed of where we're at. When we got here in December into January, we were watching film from old games and trying to put together what we thought our needs would be. Now we've had a whole off season and 15 spring practices, so we know where we feel like we need to get better at. We know where we feel like we need to add some depth, and we know where we feel really good at and won't have to address that here in the next 4 or 5 weeks. So we're much more well-informed as to what we need to do as a program on a position-by-position basis to get our roster where we want it in August.
How'd you feel about the spring showcase?
It was good. I always say, everybody, I hate the spring game, so it is what it is. It's great for the kids. It's great for the community. I don't hate it. That whole day, I just want to blow that last whistle and have nobody get hurt. And fortunately, that's how it worked out for us. So as soon as we scored the last touchdown there to end it, I don't know if he got in or not, but that was the end of it for me. We were going to call everybody up and get out of there healthy. I didn't want to run some plays on the goal line for either side of the ball. So it was a great day. We had a good turnout. I know I could see a lot of the families, and we had a good bunch of alumni come out too as well and hang out in the end zone and get a chance to see their old team play. So all in all, it was a great day.
Like you said, whether he scored or not, he scored. They were at
He
practice. It
scored.
was over. Day was done.
Yeah.
You talk about the alumni. I want to go down that path real fast. A really good opportunity for them to come see the spring showcase, meet the staff, and all that type of stuff. What was that like for you to be able to interact with those people?
It's been great. When you first start, there's so many things you have to do just inside the building here. It's hard to really reach out to alumni and connect with them and get to know them. And you want to know the history of the program. You want to meet the guys that have played here. And so towards the middle to end of spring ball, I was able to get on a phone with probably 20 or 30 of them. And we got some guys out. We had a little meet and greet on Friday. And then I think 50 of them came out on Saturday. And it was just great to see those guys. And, I told them, I don't want anything from you other than just be around and be proud of the product that's on the field. And hearing them tell their stories and get to see each other, and guys have not seen each other from 10, 12 years. And, to me, that's what it's all about. Is obviously football is important, getting your degree is important, winning's important, but the relationships you make playing college football, those last the rest of your life. So it's fun to see those guys connect and get back out here.
Like now when you go throughout the course of the summer and then the fall coming up, how do you plan to kind of build that community, continue off of what you've done this spring?
Well, we'll have some alumni come back and speak to our team in June and July, because some of the guys that are currently on the team don't know the history of the program as well as they should. So we'll have some guys come back. We'll also do a couple of community service projects once our freshmen get here, which whenever we do that, our kids get more out of it than the people that we're helping, because they're seeing the results of helping others, and they're also spending time together. So we'll do some of that in June and July.
Looking a little bit deeper into the spring sphere, Coach, I know you're looking forward to the summer months and then the fall coming up, but when you go into the spring and you have a limited amount of practices, ultimately, what is the ultimate idea that you're looking to see from your program?
Our number one goal, I told our staff this and I told our team this, we're going to mess things up. We're going to have missed assignments. We're going to do all that. We have to learn how to practice. In the tempo we want to practice at, the physicality we want to play with in practice, the discipline we want to play with in practice. So that was goal number one, regardless of any play you draw up, is to teach them how to practice, which they did a very good job with, and allowed us to continue on to the next step, is installing more offense, installing more defense. But we had to set the table and the standard for practice. So we'll have that in summer, and we'll have that when we get to training camp in August.
I think it's interesting how you say learn how to practice, and learn how to practice the Ball State way in your eyes, right? It has to be like
learn what's necessary to win. Yeah. I always tell it's not practice until you get it right. It's practice until you can't get it wrong. That you've done it so many times in a detailed manner. You're so assignment sound that when it's a fourth quarter and you're tired and all this stuff's going on, you've done it so many times that you cannot get it wrong. And that's different than just going out. Don't mistake going out and practicing means you're getting better. It's how you practice, the detail you have, the intensity you have, how you finish plays, how you finish blocks. That's how you go play well in football games. It's not just the fact that you're out there. Everybody practices.
Overall, from an offensive standpoint from spring ball, how'd you feel about that group?
I feel good about our offense. I feel good about all three phases, honestly, offense, defense, and special teams. We repped a lot of guys. We gave a lot of guys an opportunity to practice and see what they could do. And now that those 15 practices are over, our staff will get on the road recruiting for a few weeks here. But then we'll come back in and rewatch all the cut-ups of all the spring practices. And now we can say, okay, this is what we installed. But, hey, we're really good at this, and we're not as good at this. Whether it's a pass concept or a run scheme, then we got to decide as a staff, do we want to try to continue to improve on that? Or do we just want to not do that this fall and see what happens later? There's some lines that are really good at block and wide zone and some that are better at gaps. I've coached tailbacks that are really good zone runners, and I've also coached tailbacks that weren't great at it but were really good at gap schemes. I've coached receivers that are really good at go balls and stops, and other ones are good at underneath, intermediate routes. So it's about matching our schemes to what our guys can do. You can't say this is our offense. You have to say these are the players that we have. This is what they can do. So let's build an offense around those skills.
And it seems like we got to see a little bit of that in the spring showcase for people to see the electricity on the offense and the defense moving around, the special teams having the success as well.
Yeah, it was a good day for everybody to get out there and play, and both sides of the ball made plays. And believe me, both sides of the ball made mistakes too that we'll have to fix in August. But that's part of coaching, man. We got to coach them all the way up until kickoff of the first game. And then it's a 1-week season from there on out to get as ready as you can be for that next opponent.
When you're looking at the player strengths, I think that's an interesting talking point too, paired with what you guys are trying to do from a schematic standpoint? How much do you balance the scheme versus the skill set and making sure that those two things combine to make the ultimate offense or the ultimate defense or special teams group?
I think it always starts with the players. I really do. I mean, I could come in here and say, hey, we're going to be a four-man front on defense. But if our 12th and 13th best players are DBs and our 17th best player is one of our D linemen, which isn't the case here, it's just an example, then why are we in a four-man front? We should be playing a three-man front, getting our best people out there. If we got two really good tight ends, we're going to be in 12 personnel. If we have two really good tailbacks, we might be in 20 personnel and have two tailbacks out there at a time. I mean, it has to start with the players. Players win games. Players executing win games. It starts with what they can do.
Coach, between now and June 1st, what are your big priorities outside of recruiting, of course, in the portal?
Right now it's recruiting. The portal, it's getting our guys through finals. They have finals coming up over the next week and a half, and we're off to a real good start academically. We got to finish the semester, which they'll do. It's one of the things we talked about this morning. We do have some guys that are doing really well in the classroom, and they got to finish their finals, just like the fourth quarter of a football game. And then we also need to get together as a staff as we get to late May and get an opportunity to do what I was saying and go through the cut-ups and get ourselves ready to go start coaching again in June. And then we'll have a mandatory staff attendance at the Indianapolis 500, which is always a May priority for me. So I want all of my work done for June by the time we leave for the track on that Thursday.
I mean, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I've heard that you love the Indy 500. So
yeah,
if you have everything done before then, you're going to be in really good shape for June.
Yeah, it's all got to be done by Thursday because I go out there on Thursday and we've got 7 or 8 coaches that have never been there before, and it's a mandatory staff bonding event, and we've never had a coach come with us and not come back the next year. So we'll get these guys, we'll get them excited about the race.
So it sounds like you're going to make Indy 500 fans out of everybody.
I will. That's my plan.
So priorities: recruit well, get ready for June, and go see some racing. I like it.
And relax at Indy because our work's done.
Awesome. Well, Coach, before we let you go here on the podcast, is there anything else you want Ball State football fans to know about you, your team, anything like that as spring ball's wrapping up and you're getting ready for the summer?
No, we just appreciate the support. The showcase was awesome, and just getting out in the community and doing some of the few things we've been able to do. Just the excitement and how the people in the community and even some of the students, when I go for my walks on campus, I had a chance to talk to some of them about our program. And we're going to put our work in this summer. So you guys are excited to come out and see the product this fall and hopefully attend some of these games and watch us get some wins at home.
Okay, now I'm curious. That wasn't the last question. As you said, walk around campus. Outside of the football facility, where is your favorite spot on campus?
Me and our Coach Barr, our offensive line coach, did this when we were coaching at Butler. We did it when we were coaching at NIU. We'll go for a walk, and we change it up every day to try to learn the campus, but we usually end up stopping at the Starbucks over there by the dorms and getting a coffee. And we try to get when you're old and fat like me, that's a workout. So we try to get 3 miles a day in.
But you're notorious for walking fast. Like, you speed walk, Coach.
I know, but he's 6'7", so he's got real long legs, so it's kind of about the same pace.
Okay. Right. That's fair. Have you walked end to end like the tennis courts to Beneficence yet?
We've walked all the way down to Roots one time, so we got from here all the way down there and took that was a longer than 3 mile walk. But yeah, we've pretty much seen the whole campus. Our first, when we first got here, it was too cold to do that, but as the weather's gotten better, we'll walk in and out of buildings and just try to get a feel for the place because we spend so much time in the facility here. We don't get out much.
No, that's true. Well, Coach, appreciate it. Enjoy your walks over the summer as well. Hopefully the weather gets better for you.
We will. Great talking with you.
Yeah, appreciate you, Coach. Thank you.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Livestream Services Step-In Caregiver Program supports caregivers the way fans support the Lady Cards. If you step in to provide help or assistance to a friend, family member, or loved one, you're a caregiver. Livestream Services can help with support, transitions, education, and planning as you step into caregiving. Livestream Step-In Caregiver programs are a comprehensive way to educate and support family caregivers, care partners, and people with care needs. Visit our website at livestreaminc.org for more information and resources, as well as upcoming events in your area.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Welcome back into the podcast, everybody. This week in Ball State Sports, and we're with Director of Athletics, Jeff Mitchell. Jeff, appreciate you joining the show. We have a lot to update people on today.
Mick, thank you so much. Pleasure to be with you.
Jeff, let's start with the projects that are happening around Ball State's athletic department. There's quite a few things happening. We've talked about the Championship Performance Center a couple of times in the podcast. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but we're also seeing projects now in development for Ball State football field updates, right?
Yeah. So we have begun putting some barriers out at Scheumann Stadium as we prepare to put in a new playing surface at Scheumann. That project will last several weeks, and we're going to begin in earnest ripping up the current field and putting in the new surface in the next few days, but may not start till the beginning of next week. But really excited about that. That playing surface currently is worn. You know, the issue, Mick, with synthetic turf is that it just wears out over time. And as I've been told on a number of occasions, the sun is undefeated when it comes to wearing out a field. So
who told you that?
Between the wear and tear and between the sun, you know, there is a lifespan for these surfaces. So it's time for a new one, and really excited about it. Look forward to getting it down so our team can begin training on it this summer.
Are we allowed to ask what the possible look is going to be, or is that to come?
Well, you can ask about it, and I mean, it will be your traditional football field. Don't get me wrong; we're not going with an all red playing surface, but it will look a little different. And I'll just tease it for that. We'll have some images that come out shortly, but rest assured that it's going to be sharp. It'll look great on TV. It'll look great when you're in person in Scheumann Stadium this fall, but it will be a little different from what it's looked like in the past. But you know, with the red and the black and the white colors that we wear, there's some significant combinations that you can put together to make it look really good. So I'm looking forward to it.
We're all excited to see what that's going to look like. And continuing the conversation about new surfaces, Worthen Arena is getting a makeover, right?
Yeah, so as soon as commencement is over, we'll begin to resurface the Worthen Arena floor. You know, that floor has not been resurfaced since it was put down, and so we're talking about I think it's about a 20-year time frame where that surface has been the original hardwood and has been treated every year, every other year, depending on the health of it, but it's never been stripped and refinished. So we're in that process of planning for that, and we'll do that as soon as commencement is over in a few weeks, and get ready for the summer camp season and our team's training and so forth, getting ready for next year. That will have a little bit of a different color scheme to it than what has been on the floor recently, but it's good for the wood to have some refinishing done to it and some treatment, and we're looking forward to having that project completed as well. And I think our teams will appreciate playing on a fresh set of hardwood. So looking forward to that. And let me clarify that last statement. It's not new wood. It'll be the same wood. It's just going to be treated differently and refinished.
So there will be a little bit of a different look, though, to it.
It will be. It'll be a little bit lighter because a lot of the buildup of wax and coating is going to be stripped off from years and years of reapplication. And then there will be a little look or a different look in terms of the paint scheme that you'll see on the playing surface.
Very cool. Can't wait to see the images on those as well. So that's football, that's basketball, and there's more, right? Outside of the Championship Performance Center, which we'll talk about, but there's more.
Yeah, there is. So at the conclusion of baseball and softball seasons, we'll also put in artificial surfaces at both those venues. Softball currently has an all dirt infield and a synthetic turf outfield, and baseball has a full synthetic turf playing surface. We will put in a full synthetic turf playing surfaces at both venues at the conclusion of their respective seasons. So this is exciting for both those programs, and we look forward to getting those playing surfaces up to speed. They are both worn. It's time for new surfaces, and we've been planning for this for a while as we continue to upgrade our facilities across the board. So we've done a lot in terms of our playing surfaces across our on-campus venues in the last couple of years. So I'm very proud of that for our department as we continue to assist our programs in putting them in situations to have new surfaces and new things when appropriate as they continue to compete for MAC championships.
We saw some images on social media from the Ball State sports pages about the Championship Performance Center and what the look is and the feel is going to be like. There's an update there as well. It seems like everything's been fenced in. There were some machines out there starting to get some work done, so we're making this happen.
Yeah, the fence was exciting when it was put up a couple of weeks ago, and now that there's heavy machinery outside of Worthen Arena, that's really exciting. There's dirt being moved, and there's actually more fences that now have been positioned around the construction site. So Pridemark Construction is the construction company of record for this project. They're doing a great job already. We're excited to be partnering with them as an institution on this exciting project. So they're making progress every day, and what I really can't wait for is when we start seeing the building go up as the steel gets put in, and we start seeing the framework of what this facility is going to look like. If any of our fans have been on campus recently and have driven through campus, certainly as it gets greened up, as spring is currently trying to defeat the grip of winter. In East Central Indiana, if you go through the Village District, you see that the Performing Arts Center and the new boutique hotel is going up at a rapid pace, and it's amazing to see the progress that's happening over there. So if the Championship Performance Center on the north end of campus can be as quick as the south end, we're going to make good progress in no time at all.
I think one of the major questions with all the changes around intercollegiate athletics, Jeff, has been just the health of an athletic department. I think it's on full display that the health of Ball State's athletic department is very strong because during these times, baseball, softball get makeovers, basketball arenas get a little bit of a makeover, football field and the turf, and then the Championship Performance Center. It seems like everything's lined up to be right where it needs to be in this time of transition.
Yeah, Mick, when you mention all those projects together, and we date back to a couple years to what we did at field hockey, and we've got the new track, and we've got volleyball upgrades, we've got some graphic designs and other upgrades that have happened throughout our venues, a new weight floor system at the football center, the new bleacher system in Worthen as well. You add all those things up, including the Championship Performance Center, and you're between $14 and $15 million worth of improvements in the last couple of years. And so we are excited about that. It is a sign of good health in terms of what we want to accomplish as an athletics department, what we want to accomplish as an institution. Now, that being said, we've got some work to do in terms of where we want to be as we adjust to this new era of intercollegiate athletics. We've got a couple more projects on the horizon that we'll talk about at an appropriate time. And we have to roll out some initiatives to help us compete, particularly in some of the revenue sports. As we anticipate the ruling from the House case, and we've talked about it here on this podcast before too. So the great thing is yes, we're operating from a position of strength, and we have opportunities ahead of us, and we have challenges ahead of us as well. But it's better to attack those challenges from a position of strength than to be in an opposite position. So, we'll take it, and we'll continue to roll up our sleeves and work diligently to improve our department, to help our coaches and most importantly, to put our student athletes in a position to thrive as students on our campus and as athletes representing the Cardinal and White.
You mentioned the student athletes, and there's something coming up, the Chirpies, that is all about the student athletes and celebrating their accomplishments and achievements. That's on April 22nd at 7 o'clock, so we are right around the corner for the start of the Chirpies.
Yeah, it's a great time to honor our student athletes for their accomplishments over the course of this academic year, and just based on when we host this award ceremony every year, we also have to loop in some awards right at the tail end of the last academic athletic year. So for the last 12 months or so, we'll honor our successful student athletes. A fun night. This will be my third Chirpies. And Mick, you've been a part of that in various capacities. And it's a fun evening for our student athletes, for our coaches, for our department staff, and we look forward to recognizing the hard work and deserved accomplishments of our student athletes over the course of the last year.
It's always one of the best nights of the entire year, and unfortunately I won't be able to make it, but the reason I can is because the Women's Golf Championships is going to be on full display in Muncie. Cardinals are hosting that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and we're going to have an ESPN broadcast studio show of that. So it's going to be a lot of new opportunities to get content out to the fans, but the reason that I won't be at the Chirpies is because of that. But Jeff, opportunity for us to host the MAC Championship in Muncie for women's golf. That is going to be an exciting couple-day stretch.
Well, it's not only an opportunity to host the championships, but it's also an opportunity for us to do some things that have never been done before on the broadcast front, Mick. And you alluded to it, but I think it's worth our fans knowing the instrumental role that you've played in developing this studio show, the content that we're going to get at all 18 holes at Delaware Country Club, and how that's going to be, I guess, synthesized into a studio show that you're working on. That's going to be broadcast every evening, I believe, of the tournament as
Monday,
kind of a recap.
Yep, Monday, Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
Monday and Tuesday. So I think our fans will appreciate the ingenuity there and what's to come as we highlight MAC women's golf. And as we highlight our great partner in the Delaware Country Club, and certainly the ability to host that championship is important to us. And I think our staff and the league staff is up for the challenge. Now we just have to hope the weather cooperates so that we can have some quality golf over the course of 3 days. And yes, the tournament does begin on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
Just the way the calendar falls. But hopefully we'll have 3 great days of golf, and look forward to watching our team compete. So I encourage all of our fans, if you're interested, to go out to Delaware Country Club and check on the Mid-American Conference Women's Golf Championships coming up, and then tune in to the broadcast show on Monday and Tuesday to watch Mig Tidrow and company do interviews and highlights from the championship.
No, we're excited about the whole operation, and a special shout out to Keith Huffman, Eric Parent, Alex Seitz over at our University Media Services crew production partner. They've done a fantastic job of getting everything set, and then Josh Burnett and our content team going out and getting all the footage that we'll need for the studio show. So really excited to be a part of that and have some fun with it.
That's right.
Jeff, before we let you go here, we've got some other sports that are in action as well. Baseball, 4-game win streak, beat Butler, swept NIU. That's a team that's already 3 wins away from a 30-win season again, and there are still 5 MAC series left in the regular season, plus a couple of midweeks.
Yeah, that team continues to play really well. They're fun to watch. Really encourage our fans to get out to the ballpark when you can as the team returns to Shebeck Stadium in May. And those of you in the Indianapolis area can catch the team next Wednesday at Victory Field, as we will be the home team hosting Indiana for an Indianapolis showdown next week with that team. So excited about baseball, and we also are excited about softball, Mick, and I know you were going there, so we'll just go ahead and get to it.
See, you know exactly really the routine of this podcast now. You're good. That's
right. Softball is rolling right now as well. And as we record today, they just came off or just ended the game against Western Michigan in the first game of a 2-game series up in Kalamazoo. and the Cardinals won 4-3. So we are continuing to play quality softball. Came off a huge series win over top-ranked Miami this past weekend, including a full-day shutout of the Red Hawks. So kudos to Helen Pena and her staff and that talented Ball State softball program as they continue to roll.
And we got to say thank you and congratulations to our seniors on the track and field squad hosted the We Fly Challenge. A beautiful 2 days there for that program.
It is. They're a solid group, and excited for them as they continue to finish their career and enjoy the last few weeks as a Cardinal here on campus.
All right, Jeff, we have MIVA quarterfinals coming up on Saturday as well. Men's volleyball looking to continue to do some good things in the postseason, and this is a big chance on the road at Lewis.
Yeah, that's right. It's championship season, as I told our coaches recently at a head coaches meeting, and we've got lots of teams that are vying to participate in their respective conference tournaments, and we've got teams that have qualified, and so we offer our encouragement as they go into those environments, wherever they may be. And there's a lot of fans and alumni and friends that are pulling for us, and we really appreciate it and look forward to our continued success as we compete in these championships and as we qualify for some other championships coming up.
With this week run, we have women's golf, men's tennis, and men's volleyball, right, that are in championship runs, and then we'll have men's golf coming up soon, track and field as well. So we have a lot of teams. Baseball, softball will be a bit later in the year as well. So keep your eyes out. Go check out ballstatesports.com. Look at schedules, support your Cardinals, and enjoy Cardinals athletics. Jeff, before we let you go, is there anything else you have for Ball State fans?
No, it's an exciting time to be a Cardinal, and look forward to seeing our fans at an upcoming event and help us down the stretch here as the semester ends up, but as our championship season heats up and as we look forward to the summer and get prepared and ready for the 25-26 academic and athletic calendar, which is coming up before we know it.
Yeah, the fact that you just said that, it all started to hit me a little bit that we are indeed recording this on April 16th, and the academic year is almost over. So we'll buckle up, and summer will be here, and then the fall right after that before we know it. Jeff, appreciate you as always. Thank you so much.
Nick, thank you. Go Cards.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Livestream Services Step-In Caregiver program supports caregivers the way fans support the Lady Cards. If you step in to provide help or assistance to a friend, family member, or loved one, you're a caregiver. Livestream Services can help with support, transitions, education, and planning as you step into caregiving. Livestream Step-In Caregiver programs are a comprehensive way to educate and support family caregivers, care partners, and people with care needs. Visit our website at livestreaminc.org for more information and resources, as well as upcoming events in your area.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Thanks for listening to This Week in Ball State Sports, presented by Gainbridge. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Gainbridge Ball State Cardinals Sports Network.